Alrighty, good morning, you guys. It is the next day. Now, of course, I was up late continuing to work. Consequently, you wake up late, and that's I'd say one of the harder things about trading is managing your own time because you're gonna have nobody to do it for you. Now, look at what just happened. We just woke up. Market did whatever it wanted to. That being said, we are gonna go just one by one and seeing how the market is delivering at this point. At this point, this is what I would consider market chop. Even though we rebuilt back up, our inability to sustain previous pushes to continue higher, this to me is more like a longer period chop. So I could even potentially see something like this. Oh, and I want to see a sign of strength out of this guy. Can it still go? Absolutely. Like 4 hours sustaining for the most part, pushing higher. It's just I am not too comfortable right now on the 30-minute to see a whole lot. Could it set up today? Absolutely, but not for me right now. 4 hour. Yeah, something must have happened on market open, whether it be red news or whatever it was. Jumped down to 30. We did barely get broken out, and then you get your setup. So last night I had set this up for anticipation. Now, that didn't happen, of course. And that's probably what's going to happen with most markets. But even if anything, I'd slightly adjust this to cover this high and drag this, something like that. And that looks a lot more reasonable. So even on a pause like this, 1, 2, 3, got a new high, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could potentially set up an entry right over this high, something like this. Now it is a Friday, so you have to be a little bit more cautious with it. We'll just leave it as is, nothing crazy. Getting a lot of chop out of this guy. We're just now starting to break out as well. So chances are we get a nice strong bullish push. We pushed out, no entry, pushed out. So I'd be waiting for 1, 2, 3. There could be a potential entry over these highs. So what I would do is just re-update it to these highs and call it good. We did end up breaking further down. We broke down, but immediately swung up, and we actually just got an alert on OS. Where's that at? It's not even on our watch list. That's funny. OS. Wonder why it's not on our watch list. Oh, it is. It is. Okay, it's like way down there though. And we're also starting to see our breakthroughs on this guy. Push up, sideways, 1, 2, 3. This would be the new high. Probably a low somewhere around here. Now, I'm not guaranteeing any of these are going to run, and don't advise you to go ahead and place these orders. This is for forward testing per se, personal. But I like to share my process. What were we looking at? I think it was this guy. Yeah, it did set up, but absolutely no entry. So great analysis, no entry. And that's it. Like you waited all this time for nothing, pretty much. For nothing to set up. Same thing with this guy. I just could see a longer period. Probably update your alert here to somewhere around here. Same thing on here. We have continued our bearish pushes. Update your alert. Did I set this up yesterday? Yeah. See how it played out. Probably got tapped out like immediately, but we did sustain, so I think it's okay. Should have been a little higher because 1, 2, 3 on the fourth candle. We should have updated to here. Regardless, probably don't trade right on the market open. That is a terrible idea. So, nope. Nothing there. At this point, the market has continued moving to some extent. So one thing I don't like is that we actually ended up breaking down below what we were holding earlier. So you might want to stand by on this market. And I'll actually throw a note in here. Don't like how market broke down. And that's it. 4 hour holding somewhat nicely on this guy. Looking at the 30-minute, we had break up, break up, break up. One nice fluid breakdown. This market is, I mean, you could have gotten an entry in here, certainly, as we push up. And now we're just kind of on standby. Or you can wait for another pause right now. At this point, I don't know why I have an alert set here. Because we already broke out. Lift. Likely to fail. Price is looking weird. Let's see what happened. On the 4 hour. Yeah, it is looking a little weird. I don't like these gaps. I don't like these gaps. I don't like this chop, 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 chop. And then like finally a little bit of clarity. We're going to move it to the waiting. Probably nothing on this guy either. It has like one final opportunity to fix itself. And we might give it to here. Because looking at the 4 hour, 4 hour isn't too bad. I like how it moves. A little questionable here, but it moves nicely. A little bit of chop moves nicely. Fall back down, rebuilds back up. However, if this starts to fail, yeah, I already even have my line drawing here, which is going to indicate a lot of chop coming up. So there's nothing to do on this market right now. This guy moves very nicely on the 4 hour, 30-minute. Starting to build out of whatever this was and still waiting for our alert to go off, but now would be a reasonable place or time to start looking at it. If you really want to get involved in this market, you do have this fishbowl style setup with multiple candles. It's just too big for me. So nothing there. Nothing here either. Nothing here, and if anything, remove it from the list. Probably remove it. The only reason I really like this market was because there was a beautiful entry right here. But we're starting to enter a very questionable region. So I throw in a note in here. Price on 4 hour is looking a little weirder. Don't like the breakdown. Something as simple as that. You don't have to find the specific reason why this didn't hold and all that. No, I just don't like it. I don't like how it came down. It even broke down below. I don't like this giant candle. Something about it don't feel right. That's all. And I didn't mean the 4 hour. I meant 30-minute. Cool. 4 hour on this guy. Did sustain previous trades, but at this point, it's more of a very longer term waiting game. Can it set up? Yeah, I do see potential with this guy. It just have to take a little bit. I don't like the giant wick. Still has potential to lift up. It's just a matter of the alert going off. Orco. I think we were... No, we weren't. We are just waiting on this guy. That's the beautiful thing about trading. You just set your alerts, and if nothing alerts you, you just step back. But it does take a lot of time to do your analysis. I don't like this chop here. This moved somewhat clean. And very choppy, very weird. We did move out of it with some sort of sign of strength. I don't like how we broke down, though. Throw a nice note in here. Don't like how price broke down. 30-minute. And that's it. Probably move it to waiting or standby. 4 hour, we did build out of this guy. But once again, a lot of these markets really fell short. And whether it be red news, whatever it is, don't like 30-minute breakdown. It's just not something that I even captured in my back test. So Or are you going to trade a market edge or context that you've never traded or tested? This guy's setting up quite nicely. I do like the selling that came into it. And now the buying that's coming in. Sorry about that. So yeah, if this, we have a beautiful pause right here. If anything, I'd even move it a little bit higher. OS. Oh, and you do get tapped in on this guy. Looking at this market, past price action does move very strong, very fluid, expansion, contraction. We don't have a whole lot of market history on this guy. So you're kind of going off of a side bet that this thing is going to go. Once again, same thing. We do have some amount of clarity here. If we look at past entries on the 30 minute does look just slightly questionable. If we go look at past entries, chances are it's not going to look that good. So I can anticipate right away that this trade is going to lose. It's not too bad, but even here, let's go to here, replay. On the 30 minute and see if this gives us any other potential reason to want to get involved in this market. Boom. Boom. That's it. It's really it. So chances are you're not going to get anything. Come down, push up higher, push up, entry here, break even or loss, come down, push up, no entry, or no clear entry. Here, same thing, no clear entry. Something about this market is just irking me a weird way. I could certainly see this market losing. High probability setup will fail, and that's it. Now, if it runs, that's something I'm going to want to, sorry about that. Something I'm going to want to look into a little deeper. Looking at this 4 hour, oh, this is beautiful. Sustaining a little bit of chop here. I mean, it's a pretty good amount here. Good push up, good push up. So there's potential here. On the 30 minute, we did come down very smoothly with amazing containment. On the 5 minute, we came up, pushed up. 1, 2, so this would be your new high. 3 on the 4th candle, you get tapped in. Now, forward testing purposes, I could see this as an entry. Move this higher up just to keep tabs on it. Was it OS? We'll keep tabs on this one as well, even though we're anticipating that it's going to fail. Nothing on this guy. Still waiting on this guy, and starting to have some amount of bullishness coming in. So what I would do is kind of adjust this to fit it a little bit more better. Gonna need some time. Looking at the waiting list. Nothing. Chop. When did I place this order? This was yesterday. We did end up breaking down. However, we rebuilt up with immense strength. There's just no setup. If bullish sustains, good to follow. Otherwise, give it time. Yep, and give it time, certainly I will. One thing I don't like is the fact that we're building. Actually, the selling is quite nice. It's just in the waiting realm. Beautiful. Not the cleanest selling. I remember we do have a rule behind that, so probably nothing on this guy. Nope. None of these. Nope. And nothing. So it'd really just be eyes on these guys. Good. And yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this entry right here. And the reason being is just past price action. Hasn't indicated any amount of true potential per se. There's no history. And I'll even throw it in the notes here. no history of delivering. Oh, it did not. There we go. Did not like that for a second. Yeah, I can see this one. It certainly has potential, but this is effectively the only guy I'm really seeing with potential. So after or with a watch list of, let's say, 21 plus how many ever these are, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 9 plus 15, you guys can see that you're really only going to be on 1 or 2 markets. Now let's look at SPY here. SPY actually had a somewhat good recovery. If we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin here is reaching the 94, 95. Okay, mark. So very good Bitcoin. Perfect in our analysis per se. Looking at our weekly, we're having an immense bullishness or bearishness in this case, with a good sign of strength coming in through. So if we sustain this for another 2 days, we're going to be in the red in Bitcoin for, I could see it coming to about here potentially. So 80, 70, 80. Could get a little choppy and then I just stop looking, but right now it's just telling us that story. And if you want to look at it this way, I could see something longer term like this. This was minus 76%. This would be a little too big for that. However, there's certainly potential for this to happen. It's still developing, and you'd kind of have to see it as part of this larger phase. So you'd want to see a sign of strength, something even potentially to about here, which would be 50K. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying it's on the table for it to happen. But yeah, Bitcoin, beautiful. Look at expansion, contraction, expansion. If we follow it on the 30, let me move this guy out the way. Following on the 30, potential entry here, entry here, entry here. Maybe. And then I'd say that's about it for this little region. As we push up, sideways, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, you would have gotten a break even on this guy, no entry, and then you'd be in on this guy and or these. And you're just running that up. Cool. Very good stuff, guys. I'm actually going to go ahead and get this video posted for you guys, and then we're going to go ahead and start a new data analysis with the rules we have. But yeah, this is like the only guy I'm actually really interested in. 30-minute, beautiful. 5-minute, yeah, this is perfect, because when you look at the entry versus size of containment, or height of containment, I should call it, you can see our entries well within our parameters. So I'd say it's an okay entry. That being said, I will see you guys later and hope this helps anyone for this trading session.